All right, guys, welcome back to another video, right? And in this video, right, I wanted to talk about why we keep looking at the past, right? Why is it that you find yourself alone at night looking at the past, right? Like, what's the reason? What's the understanding of it, right? And in this video, right, I came down to 3 reasons why you might keep looking at the past, right? I thought about it for a hot minute, and I decided that these are the 3 reasons why you keep looking at the past, right? And without further ado, let's hop right into the video. All right, guys, first reason, right, why you might be looking at the past, and I think it's very simple, right? It's because you're looking for closure, right? That's the reason that I came up with, and that's the reason that I found myself why I was looking at the past. That's the reason that I came up with, because I'm probably looking for closure, right, about a situation that happened, right? And it might not just be for me, it might be for you guys as well, right? Why you're looking at the past. And I'm here to tell you guys, right, that looking at the past for closure is very foolish, right? Because most likely, right, why you're looking at the past for closure is because a very specific circumstance, right? A situation happened to you. You probably got wronged by a person. Something very specific happened to you, and that's why you're looking at the past for closure, right? That's why anybody would look at the past for closure, right? And I'm here to tell you that looking at the past for closure like that is very foolish, because you're never going to get that closure, right? It's just never going to happen, right? Something that you guys must understand about people is that people can wrong you, can know that they did you wrong, can know that they did whatever to hurt you, right? Whatever the case may be, right? Maybe even know that you got feelings for them. Like I said, it doesn't have to be about wronging or anything like that. Whatever the case may be, but they will never come to you, right? They will never come to you and let you know that, oh, I'm sorry that this happened, or oh, I know that you feel this way about me, or whatever the case, like I said, whatever the case may be. You're never going to get that closure, because people are basically pussies, right? They're never going to let you know, because they don't want to let you know, right, about anything at all. And they may justify the reasons, but just know that this is exactly what's going on, right? So guys, right, now that you understand that people right, are basically cowards, right, and will never come up to you and let you know, give you what you need for closure, right? They would rather watch you suffer, right, in silence, right? Once you understand that, you can be able to have the knowledge to understand this, right, that you don't really need closure from anything. The only closure you need is understanding that you grew from that situation, right, from whatever situation that you're going through, right? Because right now I'm going to remind you guys again, right? Somebody can wrong you, right, but will never come to you and apologize. Will never come to you and let you know that, oh, I wronged you, I'm sorry for this. Or that shit will never happen, right? Because like I said, people are cowards, right? They're pussies, right? But once you understand that, you can just move on with your life. Understand that the only closure that you need is having the knowledge to move on, right? Is having the knowledge to understand that you grew from that situation that happened to you, right? Having the knowledge to understand that you became a better man than you were yesterday, because you finally matured and understand that the only closure you need is within yourself, right? You shouldn't be relying on other people for closure anyways, because relying on people, in my opinion, is the worst thing you can do, right? Relying on people for anything, right? I'm not trying to say you shouldn't rely on people for for like a lot of things, right? But I'm trying to say that if you're trying to rely on people for happiness, to pursue your goals, and all of that stupid shit, right, that the self-improvement shit is trying to tell you guys to do, it's foolish, right? Because that means you will never achieve your goals, right? Because only you understand when you want to do these kind of things, these kind of self-improvement goals at certain time frames. Only you understand that, right? You shouldn't be relying on people anyways, and especially when it comes to your happiness, right? And especially when it comes to closure. All right, guys, second reason why you might be looking at the past, right? And I think this reason for me, right, is the reason why I'm looking at the past. And it's very simple, right? You just missed the past. That's all it is. You just missed the past. There's no big reason. There's no grand mystery behind it. There's no, like, you know what I'm saying? You just missed the past. That's all it is. For me, I just missed the past from my elementary school to my high school days, right? I just missed those memories that I had, right? Back then, it probably wasn't the biggest thing for me, right? But now looking back at it, right, I missed the memories that I had. I missed people that I made, the friends that I made, the teachers that I've met. I missed all those people, right? I know that I'm going to keep growing as a person, right? But I'm always going to miss the past, the elementary school days that I had, the high school days that I had, right? But I'm growing as a person, and I understand that the only way for me to grow is to move forward, right? Look towards the future, right? And not look at the past, right? Especially towards my high school and elementary school days. I will also say this, right? When you look at the past and you just miss the past, and you think it's better than the one that you're living right now, than the life that you're living right now, I'm going to say that it's a trap, right? Don't fall for this stupid ass trap, right? Because at the end of, when you were living that life, when you were living in the moment in the past, you didn't think it was the best life you had. You probably thought it was the worst life that you had, right? You probably wished you were older at the time. I know I did. You probably wished you were older at the time. You probably wished the life was completely different than in the past. You probably wish school was over every single day. I know I did that too, right? I know everybody did that shit too, right? That's why when you look at the past and you think it was better than the life you had, don't fall for this trap. Because when you were living in the past, when you were living in the moment, you probably wish that every day was over, right? You probably wish that every day was a new day, right? That's why you should look at the past and miss it so much. That's why you're probably missing the past so much, because you think that living in the past, right? You missed the past because it was better than the life you had. I'm just here to tell you otherwise, that it was probably not the better life that you had. Probably this life compared to your past life is so much better than you ever had, and that you shouldn't fall for this trap, this common trap. And lastly, guys, I'm here to tell you this, right? You're always going to miss your past, right? You just need to understand this fact and not try to associate your past with any stupid shit that you think is why you miss your past, right? You're just always going to miss your past. That's all you need to leave it as. There's nothing more you need to add more to your past, right? Just leave it as, oh, I miss my past. I wish I could live in that past just a bit longer, right? I wish I didn't take my life back then for granted, right? And that's it. Don't add anything stupid to your past. Don't make it bigger than it really is. Don't be retarded about it. Just understand that you just missed your past and leave it as that, right? That's all you need to leave your past as. I miss my past, and that's the reality that I came to accept it as. But like I said before, I'm going to keep growing as a person. And right now, maybe one day I look back and realize that I missed the grind. I missed when I was making this kind of video as I speak right now. All right, guys, last reason, right? And this reason is the most important one that I think every person, man, woman, white, yellow, color, red, whatever, is going through, right? And it's because you think you can change the circumstances of your past, right? I'm gonna say that again. You think you can change the circumstances of your past, right? And I'm here to tell you that you couldn't have changed the circumstances of your past. It's absolutely impossible for you to have even done anything different, right? The reason why is because things happen beyond your control, right? Things happen for a reason that you couldn't control, and that's the kind of reason that you have to accept, right? Things happen for a reason beyond your control. Even if you have the knowledge that you did now, even if you were much more prepared for whatever situation you have back then, nothing would have changed, right? Nothing would have changed at all. The only change I would say is that you could have possibly just avoided the situation entirely, but then you wouldn't have been able to have grown from that situation, right? And if you're trying to say you can change the situation as it happened, as the problem arose, as it happened, it's impossible, because things would have still have gone the same way. You probably still would have done the same actions that you did back then, right? You have to understand that things was beyond your control back then, and you did the best possible thing you could have done at the time, right? If you think you were stupid back then, I'm here to tell you otherwise, that you weren't stupid back then. You probably were the smartest person back then for doing whatever you did. And I'm also here to tell you again, right? Like before, this mindset here is also a trap, right? It's a trap to think that you could have changed your past back then. It's a trap to think that you could have been any different if you were who you are now. I'm here to tell you that it's a trap. Don't fall for it again. Just let it be, right? The past happened for a reason, and it made you into a stronger person, right? There's nothing that you could have done to have changed that past, right? Even if you were who you are now, just accept it for what it is and grow as a person, right? Just like before, just keep growing as a person, right? There's nothing wrong with understanding that you were stupid back then. But I think, in my opinion, right, like I said, I think you weren't stupid. I think you probably did the best thing possible, right? And there's nothing you could have done to have changed the past, right? And even if you were much more prepared, even if you were ready, nothing would have changed unless you just wished you could have avoided, right, the situation to begin with. And lastly, guys, this mindset will return whenever you're going through a difficult situation, right? Whenever something really bad happens to you, this mindset will always come back. Just understand that if this mindset ever comes back, understand that, like I said, you did the best possible thing you could have done when the situation was happening to you at the time. Just understand that kind of knowledge and let it be, right? Don't let this mindset return and make you believe, oh, I could have done something different, oh, I could have been better, no, nothing would have changed, bro. Just let it be and let it die. Don't be a fool, right? Just understand this mindset will always return for any bad situation that you happened. Just understand that you couldn't have been, right? You couldn't have been a better person at the time, right? And move on with your life. Just understand that knowledge and then be a better person now than you were yesterday. It's that simple, guys. Don't make it difficult. Don't make it bigger than it is. Remember to like, follow, and subscribe. I'll catch you guys another time.